Good afternoon. Once again, here we are singing, and I'm hoping it's something that you'll enjoy and just kind of relax. You can get yourself a cup of coffee, as I always say, or something, and just, if you can stop what you're doing, maybe sometimes you can't do that. But if you can, just take a little bit of time, and I have a few things that I'd like to say to you this afternoon. But here's a song that I just love. This is written by Reverend James Sullivan. He was quite a pastor, and his wife Mildred wrote the music for it. So it's kind of nice when you have that combination, so one can do that. I have one of my songs that's called "It Was the Blood," and I'm getting the sheet music to that right now. And I'll sure be glad when that's done, and we'll try to get it to some other singers that might do it for us, may do a better job than I could do. But here's an old song, "Oh Say But I'm Glad." There is a song in my heart today, something that I'd ever had. Jesus has taken my sins all away. Oh, say but I'm glad. Oh, say but I'm glad, I'm glad. Oh, say but I'm glad, I'm glad. Jesus has come and my cup's overrun. Oh, say but I'm glad. Wonderful, marvelous love He brings into a heart that is sad. Through darkest tunnels my soul it just sings. Oh, say but I'm glad. Oh, say but I'm glad, I'm glad. Oh, say but I'm glad, I'm glad. Jesus has come and my cup's overrun. Oh, say but I'm glad. Won't you come to Him with all of your cares, weary and worn and sad? You too will sing as His love you will share. Oh, say but I'm glad. Oh, say but I'm glad, I'm glad. Oh, say but I'm glad, I'm glad. Jesus has come and my cup's overrun. Oh, say but I'm glad. Oh, say but I'm glad, I'm glad. Oh, say but I'm glad, I'm glad. Jesus has come and my cup's overrun. Oh, say but I'm glad. Well, that was written by, as I said, to this pastor, and it's good for a pastor to be happy and to be able to say, I'm really happy, and oh, say, by the way, I'm glad. For those of you that have not been getting our programs on Facebook, but now you're getting them on other channels, I want to show you here. This is two books that I have written, and I've been showing these for a while to people on Facebook, but on YouTube and some of the others. Here's one here that says, I hear the music, I have to go. You can order this through Barnes & Noble or any of them. And here's one, The Boy's Story. If you've ever lost a child, or maybe you know somebody that has, I interviewed a lot of people in writing this book, and many of them lost their children. And one of them I remember particularly was in a bank robbery. And another lady has two of her sons, cold case files. They don't even know, somewhere in the islands she thought that they had gone. And what a terrible thing to have. At least with our boys, thank God, we knew when they passed away. And but it's very, 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 very hard. Susan, glad to see you this afternoon. Brother Fred, Bev Han. Oh my goodness. Good to have all of you today with us. I don't know how it is where you're at, but it's turned out pretty nice here in Ohio. this afternoon. Here's a little chorus that I want to sing, and I got a reason for it. I'll go where you want me to go, dear Lord, over mountain, plain, or sea, and I'll say what you want me to say, dear Lord. I'll be what you want me to be. You know, we sing something like that and we think, oh, we're talking about going way overseas. But let me tell you, sometimes it just might be your neighbor right next door. You say, oh, I don't know if I could testify to them or not, but so many times I found lately, when you mentioned about the Lord or something, they are very open for it. I met a man that said, just this morning it was, he'd been in a car accident, terribly broken, and his brain had been bleeding, and he had all kinds of stuff. And I didn't know if he knew anything about the Lord at all, but as we got talking, he was very happy for the prayers. So maybe it's just next door that you can say, I'll go where you want me to go, dear Lord, over a mountain, plain, or sea, and I'll say what you want me to say, dear Lord. I'll be what you want me to be. You know, we have all had desires in our life of things we wanted to do, and things that we had just known that would have made us happy in life. But the Lord, He has a call upon every one of us. And it says in His Word that His calls, well, first of all, it says His calls are without repentance. And it goes on in different ways that you can look in how this different Bible scriptures that they broke down, the Living Bible and all of them. But He said the gifts and the calling. And the calling of God truly is a real gift. It can be hard sometimes, but it said that, you know, that He'll never take it back, no matter what happens. And I knew a woman that said one time, she said, Frank, all my life I wanted to be a school teacher. Now, I knew this woman and she wasn't qualified, but she wished that she could have gone on to college and been qualified to be a teacher. So that was a desire that she had. Leanne's grandfather, more than anything, he wanted to be a basketball coach. And you know, to be a basketball coach in Indiana, that's a pretty high calling. But his father said, no, you can't go on to school and to college. You're going to have to stay here and work on the farm. So we probably know a lot of stories like that. But remember, God will never take His call back. If He called you, it's forever. I remember when I felt the Lord speak to my heart. I was just a 15-year-old young boy. And I felt that God speak to me and say, I want you to preach my gospel the rest of your life. You know, I didn't know how prophetic that was. Because there's many times during my life that I thought, well, I'll never be preaching again. There's no way. But that would come back to me. And here I am this afternoon being able to share with you some of the things that is on my mind. And here's another chorus that we can sing. I hope that I bring some of these choruses and songs to you that maybe you haven't thought about for a while. But it says, follow, I will follow thee, dear Lord. Follow every passing day. For my to my as I was thinking about this, I just thought maybe somebody out there will say, I had a call upon my life, and I haven't been able to do that yet, but maybe I can still do it. I've never thought too much of some of these preachers who say there's somebody out there that has a headache. Well, of course there is. Don't have to go very far, but I believe if God told me someone had a headache, I think He'd tell me who it was. And but I just hope this afternoon that this is touching some heart somehow. And if you had a call upon your life, maybe it was to, who knows, maybe it was to teach a Sunday school class. I don't know what it might have been, but just remember your call that God has given you, He'll never take it back. Follow, I will follow thee, dear Lord. Follow every passing day. My tomorrows are all known to thee. Thou wilt guide me all the way. I told this story before, but maybe for some of you that are now coming on in different medias. And Leanne and I was in a place just outside of Chicago, and we were playing music and doing our ministry there. It was a assisted living place. It had been an old Holiday Inn hotel, and it was really one of those beautiful ones with a staircase, and it was just really gorgeous. But as we were singing that afternoon, I noticed a man off to the side there, and every song we sang, he was wiping tears. And I kind of wondered what that was all about. But so after we were done, we always went around and we talked to people and shake hands with them. And I said, "How are you doing, buddy?" I said, "I've noticed that you've been very touched this afternoon." And he said, "Pastor, when I was young," he said, "I had a calling on my life to go into the ministry." And he said, "I didn't do it. And now here I am in an assisted living home. They say I've got the beginning of Alzheimer's." And he just wept and cried. And I just thought about that so many times. So I would just say, if you had that call, before you have run out your time to do these things, just follow Jesus. Follow, I will follow thee, dear Lord. Follow every passing day. My tomorrows are all known to thee. Thou wilt guide me all the way. I'm here every afternoon about 3 o'clock, as I always say, Ohio time. Saturday evening, Leanne and I do our program at 7 o'clock in the evening, and we just have a wonderful time. So I'm going to sing this one more time as we go out. Follow, I will follow thee, dear Lord. Follow every passing day. My tomorrows are all known to thee. Thou wilt guide me all the way. See you tomorrow. God bless you. I love you.